this moment in hockey history. The Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 7th place in the Central Division after 28 games played. They have a record of 7-15-6. 20 points has them, 20 points out of first place on home ice, which is where the Nashville Predators have their most reasonable chance of winning. Their record for the season is 5-6-2. They've scored 61 goals on the season. They've given up 88 against. That's a goal differential of minus 27. Before we get into the upcoming week ahead for the Predators and the individual game against the Calgary Flames at Bridgestone Arena, let me update you on the current Central Division standings. The Minnesota Wild are in first place after 27 games skated with 40 points. The Winnipeg Jets have skated 28 times, have 40 points as well. A tiebreaker goes to Minnesota. The Dallas Stars trailing those two clubs by 8 points with 32 in third place. The Colorado Avalanche have 30 points in fourth place. St. Louis at 28. Utah has 26 points in sixth place. Then you'll find the Nashville Predators with 20 points in seventh, and the Chicago Blackhawks trailing everyone in the division in 18 total points in eighth place. Now, for the Preds, the upcoming week ahead, immediately back onto the road after this one-game homestand against the Calgary Flames. Thursday in Dallas, that's tough. Saturday in Colorado, also very difficult. Then back home on the 17th of December to face off against the New York Rangers, the 19th against the Pittsburgh Penguins, and the 21st against the LA Kings. For the Preds and the Calgary Flames, it's the second of three meetings this regular season. I take you back to November the 15th when these two teams faced off for the first time. And what a shock. The Predators got shut out that night, 2-0 by the Calgary Flames. Stars went 31 out of 32, took the loss, only giving up one goal on the road and taking a loss. Wolf went 29 out of 29. Perfect right there. Gets the shutout. It was Coleman and Marinoff picking up the goals for the Calgary Flames. These two teams will meet again for a third and final time this regular season on January the 4th of 2025 when the Nashville Predators will go into Calgary for the second time. So the Flames only visit the Bridgestone Arena unless somehow long shot, these two teams find themselves in a best-of-7 playoff series. It'll be the only time the Calgary Flames come to Bridgestone Arena this season. Now, those Calgary Flames, let's talk about them for just a moment. The Calgary Flames are currently 13-10-5 on the season. They have 31 points. They are fifth overall in the Pacific Division. On the road, they are 3-7-4. They've scored 74 goals for. They've given up 84 goals against. They have a goal differential of minus 10 in their most recent stretch of action, 11-29-5. 5-2 loss at the Columbus Blue Jackets. Followed that up the next night with a 6-2 loss to the Pittsburgh Penguins on December the 3rd. It was a 3-0 win versus the Columbus Blue Jackets on the 5th of December. A 4-3 overtime loss versus the St. Louis Blues. And most recently, on the 8th of December, it was a 6-2 loss at the Dallas Stars. Wolf got the start, gave up all 6 goals in that game, going 22 out of 28 and taking the loss. Before we get into the game matchup, there is injury update for the Nashville Predators that will certainly affect this game. O'Reilly is still out week to week. Carrier now listed as week to week. Did not get that information until early on Monday. Luzon is listed as out. No timetable for his return at this moment. So the Predators had remained relatively healthy up until this recent stretch of hockey. Now definitely struggling with some injuries, especially on the blue line. Now, this game in their individual matchup, the NHL ranks for these two clubs, the Nashville Predators and the Calgary Flames, are as follows. In the goals for category, well, at least they are statistically close to each other. Goals for Calgary, 2.54 per game, is 28th overall in the NHL, and you would be surprised that does lead out of this match because the Predators at 2.18 goals per game is 32nd and last in the NHL. In the goals against category, Calgary giving up 2.96 per game is 12th. Quite reasonable, actually. The Predators giving up 30.14 goals per game is 21st overall in the NHL. In the shots on goal category, Predators generating 29.5 shots on goal per night. That's 12th best in the league, while Calgary generating 30 even is 9th best in the NHL. A top 10 metric right there for the Calgary Flames. In the shots against category, 29.9 for Nashville's 26th in the league. 29.8 for Calgary is 24th. Very close there, similar in statistics. On the special teams battle, the Predators are ahead in one category, and the Flames are ahead in one category. Calgary, best power play out of the matchup right here, 20.7% is 16th best in the NHL. 17 conversions out of 82 opportunities. The Predators' 18.8% conversion rate is 20th rated in the league. They've converted 16 times on 85 opportunities. Preds PK unit, still best overall in the NHL, now killing off 87.9%. That's dipped a little bit, but they've remained in the top spot. 11 power play goals against total on the season. Calgary Flames, penalty kill rate 72.4%, 28th overall in the league. They have given up a large number, 24 power play goals against this season. When it comes to the individual statistical leaders for each of these teams, we'd like to go through the top 5 scorers and then the anticipated goaltender matchup. Let's start with the home team, Nashville Predators. There hasn't been a lot of movement in these numbers, so they are going to seem very familiar to you. The captain, Roman Josi's got 7 goals and 16 assists for 23 points to lead the Nashville Predators. The 16 assists represents best overall on the team at this point. Philip Forsberg has 9 goals and 8 assists for 17 total points. The 9 goals for Philip Forsberg paces the Predators. O'Reilly out of the lineup week to week, but third in scoring, 5 plus 9 for 14. Steven Stamkos has 7 goals and 6 assists for 13 points. Mark Giroux, 5 goals and 8 assists for 13 points. Now listen, the Calgary Flames aren't having that much more offensive success. The Nashville Predators definitely struggling, and you'll see that represented here in the individual stats leaders for the Flames as well. Jonathan Huberdeau, 9 goals, 8 assists for 17 points on the season so far. Kadri, 8 and 9 for 17. Weegar, 4 goals, 12 assists for 16 points. Anderson's at 6 and 9 for 15, and Zari, 6 and 8 for 14. Potential goaltending matchup in net. You see UC Saros getting the start on home ice with a record of 6, 12, and 5, a 2.66 goals against average, a 9-10 save percentage, and 2 shutouts. So again, the record is absolutely abysmal, but the rest of the numbers indicate that that is a goaltender that can win you a game on any given night, and a goaltender that has been keeping his team reasonably in. After all, the Predators aren't losing these games 5-2, 6-1. They are losing all of these games by a score of 3-2. I mean all of them. Jesus. Vladar, 5-5 and 4, 2.74 goals against average, a 900 save percentage with 2 shutouts on the season, but it was Wolf that got the 29 save shutout against the Preds the first time these two teams met. So keep that in mind right there. Predators, Flames, that's got you all set. Bridgestone Arena on Tuesday night. It's a one-night stand for the Nashville Predators on home ice, and things have got to go the home team's way, or else the Heat, and with the Calgary Flames in town, it is appropriate. The Heat will rise a lot quicker on head coach Andrew Burnett. All right, let's get to the Radar Sports full game recap. We got to go back and round out that road trip in Ottawa for the Nashville Predators, and then we'll be back with analysis and so much more. Renegades of Puck podcast.